Yeah, it's nervous. It's all the
Just
time
take a
nerves.
deep breath.
Yeah.
I just did. All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Mismatch Misfits podcast. It's been a minute since we recorded, but hey, we're back. It is spooky season time, and well, almost. We're like
Like it's
it's
September.
I
yeah,
know.
it's September. But you know what? It's the middle of September, and we like to start spooky season early. We like it
Everyone is starting spooky season early this year.
exactly because that's how it is right now. Today, until we get to from now to Halloween, we're
All right,
gonna
I
be
got my second report.
okay. From now to Halloween, we're gonna be talking about increasingly scarier topics. So from now, we're starting with aliens.
They're my season.
This is your season, yes. This is all your week.
Oh, wait, did the podcast start already?
We're
Yeah.
just now starting, yes.
Bro, you gotta slow down on them cups.
Sir, what cup are you on right now?
I think this is 2.
Okay, it's not bad then. You're not that bad. All right. So for today's topic is going to be aliens. Like I said, we'll get increasingly more spooky, more scary. But for now, let's start slow. So, let me introduce everybody again. It's been a minute. Here on if we go down the list here on Discord, we have first my friend Adrian,
Hey, what's up, man?
birthday boy, oldest of the group.
Funky boat. Call me Elder.
Hey, wait.
I called you elder. All right.
Older
And then
Gator.
Stupid.
below him, of course, it's me, your host, Literacy 22, David. Call me David, but like I prefer to call you before you call me by my name. Below me, we have Mr. King Kojo, aka Sam.
Yeah.
Alcoholism.
Hey, nah, don't
No, it's not
don't do
alcohol.
that to me.
It's not alcoholism. He's just
I'm just
unwinding.
finishing.
He's just
I'm
unwinding.
finishing my farewell bottle from my old job.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Might as well. It's already open. Might as well just finish it. And then
Yeah,
right below him, we have our
Local.
our local expert on the spookiness.
I
She
am the
doesn't-
spooky expert.
Mm-hmm.
He-
This is Miss Sampy, Miss Samantha,
Sampy Vampy.
Sampy Vampy. She's strictly vampiric. She is Team Edward all the way.
I don't do the blood thing though. That's gross. Sanitary.
She's like,
Unsanitary.
I already bleed once a month. I don't need to deal with it.
I don't need more blood.
I don't need to deal with any more blood. I have my own.
I don't want to be cleaning up no more blood.
All right. So let me start you off with a quick question. Have y'all ever experienced or had anybody experience anything about aliens?
Hell no, bro. We in the suburbs.
Yeah, bro. We in Texas.
Nah,
I
that
mean-
that type of shit usually
Yeah.
happens in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
You wouldn't believe it, but where you all are is where most paranormal incidences happen.
Exactly. I'm about to
where
say it doesn't
UFO
matter where you
sightings.
are.
That's just math.
Between you all, Dallas. So it's between in Texas, Arlington, Dallas, and
Mansfield and Fort
there's like
Worth.
Mansfield. Is where most UFO activity happens in the state of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, do you remember a couple months ago? There was some shit everyone was talking about in Grand Prairie, Arlington could see it. There was like 3 lines and there was smoke on them. And they were
Yes.
Do you remember that? And
They were
everyone
kind of
was
like
posting-
in like intercrossing each other up in the sky.
Yeah,
I do
Yes.
remember that. Yeah.
that's about it. That's about it.
That's
I remember
about
that was cool. And then like the night, like a couple hours, they were gone. It's
Yeah.
weird. And
Yeah.
what was weird was my power went out that night too. For the block, the whole power went out and everyone went outside.
Oh yeah, and
and
that
then-
was at nighttime, wasn't it? For
Yeah,
the
it was,
lines.
yeah. It
The
was
lines
at
was
night
at-
when it happened.
Yeah, because
and
usually if it's during the day, it's like jet lines or whatever. But this shit
Yeah.
was at nighttime.
and they were all symmetrical, and it was in a pyramid, not a pyramid, but a triangular
Shape.
Yeah, like the distance from where they were positioned. And it was super weird because I didn't even know about it. We all went outside because we thought the power went out. We're like, ah, shit, the hood, it's,
Yeah.
motherfuckers drinking, hit a transformer, whatever.
Yeah.
And, I go back inside and I check my phone and I see that shit. And I run back outside and sure enough, I see that shit. That gave me the fucking willies.
Fucking
willies.
Willies. The Willies.
I
He
didn't
got
want
the
to go
whole.
back inside.
Gee
Yeah,
Willikers, Batman.
I didn't. Well, I was by myself. I think when that happened.
Yeah,
So-
well, that's a reason. Bigger reason why
So
you get
in
scared.
Texas alone, we are actually the number 4 state in the United States with the most UFO sightings. In Texas alone, there are 3,848 sightings to this day.
Damn, really?
Mm-hmm.
So we do get a lot of the shit then.
The number 1 is California. Number
Of
2 is
course.
Florida. Number 3 is Washington.
See, okay, California is also. That's the thing. It's California and Florida. They're by
California's
the
our-
shores.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
and
they're
then
close.
Washington is the wooded area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a, it would kind. It kind
Florida's just Florida, man. Like,
everything's in Florida. Everything is in Florida.
goddamn Florida.
And nobody want to talk to Florida.
These are the top 10 UFO sightings in the state. California, 10,333 sightings. Number 2, Florida, 5,826 sightings.
Mhm.
Washington comes in at 4,351. Texas is number 4, 3,848. Number 5 is New York with 3,830.
I'm surprised New York
Pennsylvania
is there.
is 3,517. Arizona is 3,188. Ohio 3,012. Illinois 2,758, and North Carolina 2,629 sites.
God damn.
But do you notice that all of those areas, all of those states, are states where they have open wooded areas or open fields?
Yeah. A lot. Mostly.
Where they have big mountainous areas or big wooded areas.
Mm-hmm. They have a lot in common.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
they
makes
do.
sense because, if they are out there, they had to find an area of land that is kind of open for them to actually land.
Yeah.
so-
to get to it. You see them because they mostly have a lot of sightings over suburbs because everything is getting turned into fucking houses now. We're running out of fucking space.
Motherfuckers from Cali keep moving down.
Mm-hmm. Now, if we're really talking about aliens, those are the true aliens right there. Those are the aliens that are
Alright, you proud Texan.
fuck.
You fucking proud Texan.
I'm done.
Alright. Have you ever had someone or an experience or someone with an experience, MP? Because I have one on my own.
Do I know someone who's had an experience?
Yeah, like, have you had one or have you someone
I've
told you about one?
Myself have never had one. I know I used to have some friends who lived in Arizona that would say they would see like weird, random like lights in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And as like I was saying earlier, like I asked my friend who is in the Navy whether or not he had seen things, and he reluctantly admitted that there are things sometimes that they'll see out at sea, but he necessarily didn't want to say that it was a UFO.
Yeah.
Well, he'll say it's a UFO, but he doesn't want to say that it's like alien. He'll just say that we don't know what it is. So it could be an aircraft. We just couldn't see what it was.
Mm.
Yeah.
He was very diplomatic with his answer to it.
Yeah.
Like I said, like when I first asked him, because I asked him, I was like, why did? Because I noticed that a lot of the articles I would find it had to do a lot with the Navy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna ask him. I was like, why does the Navy have so much information on UFOs? And he's like, well, it just means He's like, well, it just means unidentified flying objects. He's like, Sometimes,
just divert it.
there are things in the air. We don't know what they are. He's like, it could be a missile, a jet, an aircraft.
You're
Just like random things in the air,
You're like, right.
And I'm like, but you all being at sea, you probably see weirder things out there, right? He's like, this is where he kind of got reluctant. He's like, kind of, but it's mostly just, aircrafts. He's like, we just don't know, what kind of aircraft, so we mark it as a UFO. And like, I asked him himself, I'm like, do you yourself believe in aliens? And he's like, I believe something's out there, but I'm not necessarily saying it's an alien, like how people describe. So he was very military with his answer.
He was avoiding it as much as possible.
Yeah.
And honestly,
like I can talk about it.
Honestly, for most military heads, that's the answer that you're gonna get, because of course they're like the first contact to all extraterrestrial life, of course.
And then they try to, they have to maintain the peace.
And he isn't like a low ranking. I know he's not a low rank military. And I'm pretty sure that's why even more he was very hesitant to talk to me about it.
Yeah, the higher the rank, the more they have to shut up.
Yeah, like he's just like, I just don't.
Yeah,
he's an engineer for the Navy, so he's just like, so I know he knows some things.
Yeah, for the engineers, they definitely know, because I forget, there was a friend of mine once told me that we were having this conversation a while back, and they had this document full of unidentified objects, right? But a lot of the stuff in the documents were redacted, like marked through with the black line, like it was only need to know basis because of the ranking, right? Yeah. So the military definitely knows that there is other life out there. You just don't want to make it known to the public because that's hysteria.
People
chaos.
People are quick to like just jump into chaos, into panic.
Yeah, without a doubt. And like some even say to this day, they're walking amongst us, or the technology that we have are influenced by them. So.
It's the speed of the speed of the way and the speed our technology evolved is what makes people believe that we really had somebody else had to have some kind of interference with us, because there's no way that the first phone wasn't that far off from the first time they created the train. The first cell phone wasn't that far. They're not that far apart. That is someone put into perspective into a human lifetime. I saw a video on TikTok. That was a lifetime and a half ago where we first started making steam engines, to when we had the first vehicle, to when we had the first phone. No, it was a lifetime whenever we started having Bluetooth and wireless signals. So everything just it's just going way too fast for us to be not believe that there isn't something out there.
But what's funny about it? It's going way too fast, but it's not going fast at all, right?
Exactly.
And I say that because if we look to the movies where the future was kind of influencing technology, right? Yeah. Right now we should have been having flying cars, right? Of course we have self-automated driving cars, but
you're gonna have, of course, your pauses in between, because you can't just be giving away all this technology and pretty much giving away your secrets like that.
Yeah, of course you can't. Yeah,
so so there's still they have to have some kind of pause in between that thing, but it just depends on how much you can or how much you believe. It influences a lot on how fast we evolve our technology because of that. But I had an experience a couple years ago. Well, it's been a while now. So I've told y'all about whenever my daughter was born, my wife and her family, before she was my wife, when we were still dating, they moved to Corsicana. Corsicana is about an hour away from here.
Yeah.
So in order to get there, you have to drive through, like Adrian said, bumfuck nowhere. You have to pass through Mansfield, and y'all know over there that whole area is desolate. From here to like where you get to the
most areas in Texas are like that, where it's just desolate roads, just nothing but the road.
Because it's way too fucking big. Right there where you get to what's that fucking car racing place? The one that we have?
Which one? The one down the street from me?
No. The one that's in the middle of nowhere, the racetrack.
In Justin?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Come on, Motor Speedway? Texas Motor Speedway?
There you go, Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah, it's in Justin, I think.
Okay. Well, over there, right? It's like we were passing all of that, right? We were coming back.
What's in Fort Worth?
Okay. So we're passing all of that, right? We had to drive. We traveled all over there one day. It was me, my parents, and my whole family had gone over there to go see my daughter and spend time with them and whatnot, right? I forgot what the occasion was, but we had gone over there, right? So we had spent all day with them. Now on the way back, we were coming before it got dark, but of course, it's a long drive. Thank you. It's a long drive. When we were coming back, it got dark. So by the time we got like near the Texas, like around the area where the Texas Motor Speedway is, it was already dark. Like it was like pitch black. Like you couldn't see anything. All you could see was just the one street light in between the miles long of fucking freeway. So at one point there's like this little bridge, right, that you just kind of have to cross over to turn into the street, into the freeway to come back. When we get over this bridge, at the very top, it's one of those like big tall bridges where you have to round about all the way down. Mind you, there's nothing there. It's the middle of the night. There are no cars in this area because it's all desolate. There's maybe small towns. You can see like a ranch house like way down in the distance, just like a light from someone's house, and you can tell it's someone's house, right? It's just barely off view. There's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
When we're at the top of this freeway, all of it, I'm talking to my parents, we're having a good time, all of a sudden we get quiet and the radio goes down. Like we listen to music and the radio just lowers the volume. We get quiet because it's like, whatever, maybe it's just my dad turning it down because he wants to pay attention. Like, I'm not paying attention, right? All of a sudden, behind us, I see a green light shoot up. Like, my dad says that he saw something ahead of us. That there was a light ahead of us, right? Like, on the bottom of the bridge, right?
Yeah.
He thought somebody had dropped something. Somebody had dropped a light or something, right? I didn't pay attention because I was like, I'm not going to see it, You're the one that's seeing the road. I'm not gonna see it. But as soon as we got over it, when we're turning away from that area where my dad saw it, this green light literally shoots all the way up to where it lights up the interior of the car. I can my brother is sleeping next to me. I can see very well where my dad has he let go of the gear switch and held and immediately moved his hand to the steering wheel, both hands on the steering wheel, and I could see everything moving. It was it lit up the entire area. It was green, there's green the same way your Discord color looks like right now, Adrian.
Yeah,
it's like that, and it just shoots up, and I turn around real quick, and it's maybe maybe 3 seconds that I see that light, and it just shoots all the way up, and then it just disappears. That tripped me the fuck out because everything got quiet. No bugs, no nothing. As we even passed it, right? And it was quiet for another 3 seconds. And then we start hearing bugs again. We start hearing everything again. The radio comes back up. My dad never touched the radio at no point in time. The radio just kind of comes back up. And I was like, what the fuck was that? In my mind, did I just see something? Was this Maybe maybe we passed a stop sign that we didn't see, something, right? But I kept looking back. There's nothing there. It was just a bridge that was going up, a bridge that was going to the other way, like, when it intersect, and then the street below. And I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, there's nothing there that could have done something, that could have made a light, especially not that bright. That's what I saw.
Yeah, it's pretty tripped out.
Oh yeah, no, it scared the shit out of me. So it was a couple years ago too. Like, it was a good little while ago, but it's like I remember that shit very fucking vividly.
Yeah, I don't think that's a easily wash or
no, it's not
easily forgotten.
No, because it did bring like a little bit of panic in me, because I was like, what the hell is that? After that, I was like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to remember that. So I fell asleep. But right after I fell asleep, I just kept thinking about that green light. And then I have another story from when I was in Mexico. Now my hometown in Mexico, when I was there, right now it's more suburb. There's a lot more houses. It looks nicer, right? Like the streets are paved now, all that stuff. But when I was there, we had dirt roads. Very, very country little town. Very, like, it's a small town, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Like a couple farmlands, stuff like that. I was in the border, right? The way my grandma's house was placed, I was like, we're on the foothill of a hill, at the very bottom of a hill. But even that bottom was still high to where you could see below, and I could see, like, I lived close enough to the border to where I could see the United States and the border cross, like, from a distance. If I had a telescope, I could see it. Like, I could see the cars driving by and all that stuff with the telescope. So at night, it would look pretty because, the lights would turn on from a distance, and I could see the little lights here and there, right? That was a normal view for me. One of those nights, I remember, it was one of those nights where my step-grandpa would sit out there and drink, and they would have a good time, whatever, right? Just chilling. They decided to, sit outside. It was like, maybe like anywhere between midnight to like 2 o'clock in the morning. They were sitting out there, right? And I was looking at the lights, as I usually do. They were playing their music, all that stuff. All of a sudden, I'm so used to seeing these lights that I know they don't move. All of a sudden, one of the lights goes up, comes back down. I'd see it shift to like one side, and then it stops. And I tell my grandpa, like, hey, did you see that? He didn't say anything. It's like, no, in Spanish, like, no, you're crazy, tú estás loco, estás viendo cosas, da, da, da. It's like, tell me I'm just seeing things. I was just probably tired, trying to send me to bed, right? And then all of a sudden, I just see this light just shoot up, and it's gone. What up, Prophet?
Whoa!
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
What's going on?
We're doing good.
Hopper coming in all late. I was like,
Oh, you good, man? We're telling stories right now.
To recap, David's telling us his alien or UFO experiences.
Yeah.
I told them I have a friend who's in the Navy. He's an engineer in the Navy, and I asked him about UFOs and aliens, and he gave me a very military answer.
Yeah, okay.
He just explained what a UFO was, and I was like, I know what it is.
Mm-hmm. And
very political answer.
Very political. It's just aircrafts.
Bureaucratic.
It's just aircrafts was his answer.
Mom's the word type shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I just seen this video today about some alien stuff that was kind of. I was like CGI, but what if it's not?
Everything looks CGI now because computer generated
Right.
shit looks too real now.
Right. That's why it's like
Oh,
the truth is hard to believe.
Yeah.
In the words of Ozzy Osbourne, it's just all ball lightning.
So
I don't know. I always felt like I had superpowers all my life, so I'm waiting for some shit to kick off just to confirm that so they can manifest.
I'm mad at it.
like, I'm just trying to get myself ready.
Hell yeah. I
Just
just saw Nope too, so yeah.
oh damn, definitely. All right, just to finish my story real quick. Yeah, like I had seen this light shift from like side to side. I was young, so they were sending me to bed thinking I was just tired, and I seen this light shoot up. And nobody else saw it. Nobody else believed me, but I know I saw this light, and I was like, okay, fuck it, you know. Like I was little, I was like, okay, whatever, you know. It's not. Nobody's seen it. Nobody believes me. I probably am tired, and I just kind of put it aside. It was just weird. It's just weird experiences I've had with lights specifically. Have you, Prophet? Have you ever had any personal experiences?
Funny you say that with light, because I'm thinking about, with light you never know, because light bends and photons move very crazy, especially when it comes to quantum physics and stuff like that. So, to me, aliens are the life forms of other dimensions that we don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So, but with lights, one thing I can just say, I was at just when I was working at Shell Shack right there in Arlington, and it was like a foggy night.
Yeah.
And we were in the back of the store in the alley, like smoking and just shooting shit and all. So I look up in the sky, and everybody look up, and it's like, the lights, the parking lot lights that go way up in the sky.
Yeah.
And they go in a circle. And it looks like a fucking UFO in the fall.
So
I'm talking about, like, we went to calling people outside, everybody looking, we recording it. I think I still have the picture in my phone, but this shit looks like a floating UFO with lights going in a circle, and it's not moving, and we're like, what's up? And it's like, for a second, I really felt aliens are real. This is crazy. Oh my God. Oh my God.
like,
What the
I actually captured some shit. What the fuck?
Like, man, like, this is, I thought about the superpower shit. I was like, anything is possible. The world is limitless.
They're about to take me.
Like, man, this is before my spiritual breakthrough and everything. But just that moment, and everybody looking at it, it's like undeniable lights floating in the sky. Like, you know what I'm saying? Illusion, So when you say lights, there's a lot of alien sightings. There's a lot of things that we see sometimes that we think it's an alien, but it's an illusion. It's just the way the light is bending in the fog. You can't see the pole. It looks like a floating circle of lights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
For
you
a
said
moment,
you were.
everybody thought it was an alien. Everybody, like,
You said you was.
like, oh my God.
And also, you said you was, getting medicated as well. So
Right.
there's an influence to that. There's
It's like,
that could have influenced it a little bit.
what? You know what I'm saying? We all high, stupid, tripping. But, other than that, the only alien thing I think about is, I like astronomy, and it's like looking at one single light in the sky, knowing that can be a whole nother galaxy with planets, stars, moons, and
A whole different
whole
ball.
nother solar system.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's I don't know, that boggles me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow. Then when you get into the quantum physics of it, when you look at how photons move with the double slit theory, and you know what I'm saying, and the probability and the wave of probabilities,
Oh yeah.
How
That's
things change when you observe it.
Yeah.
That's alien. You
There's
know what
a
I'm
lot
saying?
of there's a lot of shit that we can't explain it, and a lot of people believe that lights is the main one, but we don't know. like they said, there's a lot of things, especially when you get into the more like the scientific side of it. Speaking of lights, what do y'all know about the Phoenix Lights? Or do y'all know anything about the Phoenix Lights?
I know nothing.
I do.
Maybe.
Teach us.
It's one of the sightings, one of the many sightings out there in Nevada and Arizona.
It's in Arizona.
It's one of the most famous UFO sightings in the world.
Oh, not only
it not only happened to one person, but it happened to a whole city.
Exactly.
And there are many videos from different points of view of this same phenomenon.
Isn't
Project Bluebeam?
There's also movies about this event.
Those movies are freaky.
Oh yeah.
There's a movie called exactly the Phoenix Lights, and it's creepy.
I recommend it. They're a good watch. I recommend watching them. But
I'm trying to find that out. Right?
It's on Amazon Prime, if I recall.
I have a year subscription to that.
Like I'm about to watch it after this.
There you go. Shout out to Amazon. Annual payment.
Bought a year. Like, I did the responsible thing. Hey, I'm telling you, off subject. That's one of the best things you can do, dude. Because you never have to worry about submitting and subscribing or nothing.
Yeah. No month-to-month payments. Just one of them.
I bought this TV off of OfferUp.
Yeah.
And I've been using their Netflix for over a year now. Just like five profiles. I don't touch none of them but Vita. If they go on Vita, they be like, well, who the fuck? Vita must be with a black because the other
it just hit a lick on somebody's Netflix account.
Culturally different, bro. I'm telling you, it's in my room. Like, I always got Netflix in my room. If my Netflix in the front goes out,
it's in the room. You know it's in the room.
But the lights though.
Okay, so let me give the quick description. Like the quick synopsis that it has here on top of Wikipedia, which thankfully while we're playing spooky games, Phasmophobia, Miss Sampy over here was kind enough to give us all the information, doing a quick little research for us.
Thank you, Sampy.
Righteously.
Alright, so it says Phoenix Lights. The Phoenix Lights, sometimes called the Lights over Phoenix, were a series of widely sighted, unidentified flying objects observed in the skies over the southwestern states of Arizona and Nevada, in the Mexican state of Sonora, on March 13th, 1997. Lights of varying descriptions were seen by thousands of people between 7:30 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. in a space of about 300 miles, 480 kilometers, from the Nevada line through Phoenix to the edge of Tucson. There were two distinct events involved in the incident. A triangular formation of lights seemed to pass over the state, in a series of stationary lights seen in the Phoenix area. The U.S. Air Force identified the second group of lights as flares dropped by an A-10 Warhawk aircraft that were on training exercises at the Berry Goldwater Range in southwest Arizona. Witnesses claim to have observed a huge Carpenter Square-shaped UFO containing five spherical lights, or possibly light-emitting engines. Fife? F-I-F-E? Symington, the governor of Arizona at the time, however you say his name, years later said he witnessed this incident, describing the object as being otherworldly. The lights were reported to have reappeared in 2007 and 2008, and were attributed to military flares dropped by fighter aircraft at Luke Air Force Base, and flares attached to helium balloons released by a civilian, respectively.
So basically, the military in the end says this isn't
we did it.
You didn't see nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't see nothing. It was us doing. It was us doing. Yeah, it was us doing a test. According to them, they had flares on little parachutes.
On weather balloons and helium balloons.
They didn't look nothing like what people describe, but
exactly.
Like people, paranormal experts actually went and did tests on this, there's no way that a flare could have stayed stationary for that long without.
There's so much on the
repeatedly-
Phoenix lights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
there's
said,
a lot because
I
it
know
not
what I
only
saw.
happened once,
Phoenix
but it
lights,
happened twice.
Phoenix Forgotten, the Phoenix Tapes 57.
Phoenix
the
Forgotten.
Lights,
Phoenix
Forgotten
Forgotten.
is a
like
really good
top
one.
six,
Watch
top
Phoenix
secret.
Forgotten.
That's the one
Phoenix
with the
Incident.
kids, right?
Yes,
That go
it's
out
one.
Yeah.
to the desert.
That's one with the kids. Phoenix Forgotten is one that you need to watch. Cause that is like fucking scary. That is scary from their point of view. But anyways, yeah, like that's pretty much what that is. So it was just a bunch of lights that
I
people
do,
saw.
but the
from
thing
between
is,
three-
so the first time, the military says it was us. We
Mhm.
did it. It was. But the second time, this happened in 2008, like a year later.
Oh, like about
The
10 years
military
later.
was like, they denied it.
Yeah.
No, because it happened. It happened in 2007, and then well,
2000,
okay, so
between
there was one that
2007
happened in
2008.
2007. Yeah, no, there was one that happened in 2007, and then there was another that happened in 2008.
Yeah,
So the one in 2007, the military said that was us again. We were dropping flares again.
yeah,
2008, they were like, that wasn't us. We didn't do it.
yeah. There's like, oh, that's a
That's
civilian.
the one where they blamed people. It was people trying to,
Stoke the flames, stoke panic.
create it again.
Yeah,
But because of all the tapes and things, the pictures and people around, it's very skeptical.
because that's the thing is it was seen between three states. Between three states, and there's so many people who recorded it, who took pictures of it. There's so much evidence of it that people are like, how can you deny this when it's clear that so many people saw the same thing from different perspectives.
I think the funniest part of that whole incident is that governor, to try and make a whole like joke out of the situation, when he did his press conference to address, because people were legitimately terrified when this happened. They're like, you need to tell us what's going on, what's happening, because like it's like it was said that there was thousands of people who saw this
Yeah.
from different states, and they were all showing off this evidence like, hey, look, it's here. They were sending it into news stations because back then the internet wasn't big. You couldn't just post it on YouTube.
Right.
So they were sending it into the press, and so to make a joke of it, the government sent the governor out there in an alien costume. And was like,
What the fuck?
Hey,
What?
that's
He's
supremacy.
even
Make a
though
joke
he
out
said-
of it, people not gonna
he
believe
said
it.
even though he witnessed one of the crafts of unknown origin, he was just like, it's gonna be a mystery, but that they found who was responsible for it.
Hey,
And
yo.
he's like, just ignore what happened,
Wait. What happened?
And
Sam?
like,
I think he's
Didn't
passed
see
out.
anything. Nothing to see here.
huh?
You good, Sam?
Are you good, David?
I don't know, you said-
I'm looking at Wonderlist, but yeah, the ad is there.
Yeah, okay.
That's why I try to skip the ad. Because it's a very bad ad that came up in the website.
Yeah, I'm
Jesus.
sorry. I'm kind of tipsy right now. Oh,
It was an ad. I wasn't watching that. It was an ad.
yeah.
I wasn't watching that.
Yeah,
It
it was
wasn't
just
me.
an
That was an ad.
No, like
It popped up totally out of my control.
it's remember
Yeah,
like
bro.
remember this is like
It's
streamed
not what you
live,
think.
so everybody can see this shit. Because I'm looking at the abduction stories because I know there was something.
So apparently, a councilwoman from Phoenix launched an investigation into the event, and she interviewed over 700 witnesses. The government never interviewed anybody about it.
Because the government ain't trying to release that shit to the public, bro.
But
Yeah,
that's the
because
thing.
apparently the first governor asked the government,
Panic.
like the
Mhm.
the Air Force Base. They're like, hey, if you guys are saying this is flares, can we please have the report? Like, so that we can show the public, hey, it's flares, you know? Here's the official report from the Air Force Base, and the Air Force Base was like, no comment.
Nah, but that'd be too simple. That'd be too easy.
Yeah.
He was just like, no comment. The Air Force Base
Way
official
too
says
logical.
No
Exactly right. It makes too much sense. Well, you want
Nah,
reports and
that's-
facts? Nah, we're not going to give that to you. Just trust
no,
us.
we're not. No,
Nah.
we said, like,
We
no.
report.
We said, why do you need a report for? It's like, sir, thousands of people are just need clarification that, you know, you're saying that it was flares. Just please show us that it was flares.
Just take our word
Nah,
for it.
we good, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, you don't
Good,
trust your
fam.
Said it
government?
was flares.
Are you a communist
now?
now? What? I didn't. Okay, I'll shut up.
It's like, damn, just
You seen
trying to
that
put my
movie?
people at ease, but whatever.
That movie, Don't Look Up.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like that's how it would be.
I've never heard of that.
Don't
You
look
never
up.
heard of
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Don't Look Up. It's
Don't
with
Look Up.
When the
Leonardo
world's coming to an
DiCaprio.
end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
meteor coming down to Earth, and they're like, nah, it's not real.
Okay, yeah,
Look up.
that they're having the benefit or whatever to. Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
they
no, I know what
basically
Let's
make
not
them
let
look
anybody know.
like, they basically make them look like they're crazy.
Yeah.
The whole
Media
entire
does-
time.
Yeah.
I like
That's
how
how I
Sam
feel
got
it
excited
would
about
be.
that one the
They
whole time.
discredit everything. They discredit
that-
their name, discredit all their work.
Yeah.
And then whenever it was convenient, then they brought him on, and then was like, "Yeah, we need you to do this, this, and this, and say this, but don't say this."
Right.
Because a lot of the articles that I would find on, like, UFOs and stuff, a lot of them would say, yes, the military admits that they're UFOs, but we're not gonna say it's aliens.
Yeah, that's why
And-
they classify it as unidentified flying object.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
which is
And they leave it-
exactly what my
and they-
friend in the Navy
yeah.
told me. He's like, it's just aircrafts. We just don't know what they are.
Oh, they know what they are.
Basically.
They know what
I
it is.
mean, because it could be
to
just advanced species,
Yeah.
advanced civilization
yeah.
that's still human. You know what I'm saying? Advanced technology that they just do not want us to know about. Period.
Mhm. Yeah. Again,
I
you
got.
know.
Oh, go ahead, David.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, they actually have. Fuck! I forgot what I was saying. All right, go ahead. I'll remember it right now. Give me say what you're gonna say. I'll remember it.
I completely forgot what I was gonna say too.
Yeah. Damn you, David.
Advanced technologies.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Government,
You know what it also could be is, you know, some of the shit is just secrets that we have, technology that we're testing out that we don't want no one to know. Well, of course they're not gonna test it in the middle, you know, random. They're gonna test it wherever their facilities are.
Yeah.
So you know, like stealth technology. A lot of people thought those stealth bombers were UFOs, and it was just their trial runs and shit like that. That oh no, we don't have these. No. And it's just trying to play a shell game basically.
Yeah. Again, there is those moments where there is technology that we don't want, enemies to know. We don't want to let people know just yet because people don't know how to keep their mouth shut. Especially now. What's it called? There's too much video. Everything is documented. Everything is there. So, everybody. You're gonna find out about everything. Yeah, you're gonna find out about everything. So somebody gets the wrong information. Somebody sees the wrong thing. A lot of it can spread out, especially with the military. It can be dangerous, but at the same time,
it's like that famous phone call, about the dude who said he worked for the military, where he called into a radio station. And he's like, "Look, they're gonna find me."
Oh, and then he. ended
I
up
don't have
murdered,
much
right?
time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all know everything in Area 51 that y'all think it's true.
Right.
It's like it's all real.
Yeah, I heard about that one. I even
And
heard
they
about
can't
the
let
one
us know
where-
that.
Yeah, and that's why people, because the radio host even says, like, to this day, it wasn't a hoax. It wasn't to get views. It's a little radio, like a privately owned radio station.
yeah.
He's like, why would I like?
Why would I make this up?
Yeah, it's like, why would I do that?
And you know what? I think, and I think the information is out there, just releasing it in waves, right? Because recently the FBI just, not recently, but like last year, I believe, they released the FBI document on how to do like telepathy readings or.
Oh yeah, that somebody asked for because you can ask for these reports when they're public.
They're made public, right? But it's just now
they
that
have
they're
a bunch of redacted information on them.
By the Freedom of Information. By the Freedom of Information Act is how you can get all this information.
Mm-hmm.
But you put it out there, but people are not going to believe it.
Exactly. They're not going to believe it.
Don't look up. The lady went on TV, was like, "We're gonna die," and they made memes about her. You know, like nobody took her serious.
Called her crazy, right? And and it's funny that you brought that up because low key, I was listening to this radio show, the All Out show with Jude, and people are calling in. It's like, bro, no, I don't think you're really about that, man. You know, I don't think you're talking, but you ain't making sense, man. Like, you a dumbass. You know, people just clown this dude, but like he was real serious about what he was brought up on the radio to do. It was like, oh yeah, they trained us for years. In 1996, they stopped the program 3 different times. You know, they discontinued it, but now I teach certain sectors, certain private sectors about this telepathy, mind telekinesis thing. People were just ragging him the whole entire time. So,
oh, you stupid.
Yeah, I remember even at one point, people laughed this off too. That Trump was even trying to tell people the shit in Area 51 is real.
Right.
I'm your president. I'm telling you.
That's why
he was trying to get that information, and people were like, "It's Trump. Who's gonna believe Trump?"
Yeah,
even the government themselves was like, "Guys, it's Trump. Like, come on." But he's like, "No, I'm releasing this shit to you all. Like, it's not a joke." And people blew it off because of who he was.
And so now I got this weird. All right, this is probably getting away from the subject of aliens itself, but now I have this weird theory now. Now, people that, when you look at the public eye and people are calling them crazy, they might have truth to it, right? You know what I mean? Because
there's always some truth to it.
There's always some truth to it. Because like they call Kanye West crazy for doing the shit that he's doing, but he's just a man that has trauma, but he's in the public eye. Yeah, you know,
right.
And, like you said, the same thing with Trump.
They say the same thing. It's the same theory with folklore and urban legends. There's always some factor of truth. Otherwise, why would so many people keep telling this tale?
Right.
Because there's a factor of truth somewhere in it.
Hold on.
It came from somewhere.
Quick second. Are one of y'all drinking water?
No.
No.
Water?
It's me. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's a little water ball.
Oh, okay. Well, I said like I heard water in the call. I was like,
Hey,
this man David thought the FBI was listening in on him. Was like, hey, yo, who's?
Yeah, because I like
have a Phantom.
Because I
Phantom Discord member.
Because all of a sudden I hear.
I was in trouble. Like
all of a sudden I hear water. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, hold on. What the fuck is this?
Sorry. I have really bad carpal tunnel, and it's a pressure ball.
Okay, I'm about to say like, damn, like there's somebody else
really
listening
thirsty,
to this shit.
There's somebody else in you. What the hell?
Hey, if you got carpal tunnel, let me say this real quick. Get a massage before you get surgery. Surgery is the last possible thing you need
for carpal tunnel.
Well, I hadn't planned on getting any surgery, so.
Oh, I mean, just future reference. If they say you might need surgery, get a massage first.
Yeah, get a massage. Says,
sorry, that was me. That was me.
Okay, I'm about to say like mid call all of a sudden.
Remember, I shook it last time when I was on when me, you, and Sam were in video chat, and I was making the weird noises.
Yeah. I remember now. I was like, especially now, I wasn't thinking about that. No, that wasn't even in my mind. So.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, listeners.
All right, yeah, sorry. We got off topic a little bit.
Yeah, that just scared the fuck out of me. But okay, real quick on the topic. Back to the topic. what do y'all know? Like, what do y'all know about like the most famous alien abduction? Or do y'all know the most famous alien abduction?
I
don't
know
know
about
any.
one famous place.
Not by name.
abduction.
Probably like
All I know
video.
is Roswell.
Yeah.
Roswell.
Okay, well,
Roswell wasn't really abduction. It was a crash.
It's a crash. Yeah, that was a crash.
So,
But you had a
one
lot
of
of people claiming they were abducted.
yeah, there were.
It was a
But
few after that.
I think that was more after like the hysteria thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was like an after effect.
But most abductions tend to happen, like we were discussing before the stream, would be in Alaska.
Yeah,
there are a lot of people who claim to be abducted there.
Yeah. And there are a lot of wooded areas too.
And Skinwalker Ranch.
Alaska makes sense.
One of the property. So, for those who don't know, Skinwalker Ranch is another hotspot for paranormal activity. A lot of people just think it's just the
just the Native American Skinwalker.
Yeah, Native Americans. A lot of people think it's just the Native American point of view, but no, there's a lot of UFO type activity that happens there on certain sections of the ranch, because the ranch is a massive property where it's sectioned into 4 housing complexes, and there's one housing complex called Mount Wilson Ranch, I believe it is. And the original, so Skinwalker Ranch in its lifetime has had 3 owners. It's had the current one, which is he's like an astrological engineer type dude. Well, he funds things like it. He actually has a lot of like places. I think he was like an architect or some type of. He did something with investment properties or something like that. So first it was the Meyer family who owned this ranch, then the Shermans, then Robert Bigelow, who was the first person to start letting people explore the ranch. And Robert Bigelow was the one who said that his wife used to be abducted from the home itself. That they even put bolts on the doors and chains on the beds to stop the aliens from abducting his wife every night. And that
was just a Mandingo party.
Stop.
No.
That's how extreme it was. That it was like an every night thing where his wife would be abducted.
Sounds like she was just a shooter.
One night he even saw that they would see he saw the light and her floating.
What the hell?
So it could be a money making scheme to get people to come there too.
This ranch, there's no money to be made off of the ranch.
No.
Originally, it was meant to be an actual like farmstead, but nothing grows on it.
People come there for free, like you don't have to.
No, well, this place is not.
It's not meant. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, you have to have like a specific permission from somebody to.
Yeah, so technically, right now, if you wanted to go to Skinwalker Ranch, they are allowing it. Currently, the owner, because he's he's trying to get back his investment, but he didn't allow people to investigate it. And the Robert Bigelow only allowed people to come during his last years of ownership, because he's like, I'm selling this place, I can't live here anymore. It's just there's just too much going on, because he was there from 1996 to 2016, and currently right now the person who owns it is Brandon Fugel. And he's the one that's currently doing all the big time shows and things like that, letting all the investigators come, because he's legit trying to figure out
how to make
what
profit.
He can do to get back his investment, because he's a real estate agent.
Right.
Yeah.
So why would they stay there, arguably, all those years to be abducted?
Well, Robert stayed there because he actually wanted to start a farm with his family.
Every other previous owner. Every other previous owner has been actually been wanting to use it.
Yeah, they were ranchers.
Yeah,
they were ranchers.
Yeah, it's a real ranch. It was meant to be a real ranch, but just nothing ever grows there. Nothing was ever there.
You dig up the land, it'd make you physically sick.
Their
cattle would mysteriously die.
They would disappear. They would die.
They would be burned or completely drained of blood. Some would even like do autopsies and they'd say that organs were missing from the cattle.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if he stayed there all those years, when did the stuff started happening for his cattle?
As soon as he moved in,
from the very beginning.
Because you would argue, he stayed there from the 80s to 2000, and you kept going through all this stuff. Why would you stay there?
Oh, from 96. Robert Bigelow.
From 96 to 2016.
96. That's a long. If your wife getting abducted every night, losing cattle, then why would I would have been gone?
Because look, the ownership.
That's the argument of
the owner. Yeah, no, I understand.
To him, he originally planned to make it like a hotel, also.
Right.
But again, it just couldn't be done. So then he started to he funded a bunch of the national science,
Bigelow Aerospace.
He did a lot of the aerospace places.
He owns a hotel chain, Budget Suites of America.
Yeah, so shit. he really didn't need the money. The men who bought the last two owners of this ranch, they didn't need the money. They did it because they wanted to either investigate this place or use it in some way to become Rob wanted to make it like an actual ranch and a hotel, like a type of B&B type of deal. But it wasn't working out for him. Yeah, it just wasn't working out because, like I said, you dig into the land, it makes you physically sick. Right now, the current owner does not allow researchers to dig into the land. It's strictly forbidden because one time somebody did, and he ended up almost dying. So it's currently not allowed.
Yeah, this is one of those places where you can go at your own risk. Yeah,
it's also it is a registered no-fly zone. Skinwalker Ranch. You cannot fly into the area,
but
due to it messing with your radar.
But there is for the game Microsoft Flight Simulator, they flew a drone around it just so you can fly it in a helicopter ride around the ranch. But they had to have they had to use a drone in order to film the ranch so you could try that.
To map it out?
Yeah, because like Stampy said, it's a no-fly zone. So
it's too dangerous. It causes malfunctions within the aircrafts. A certain area causes like malfunctions and things like that. So they have a strict no-fly zone.
Yeah. It's a very bad place. But people still don't know why. And there's been a lot of people that have gone there. There's been a lot of interviews that have happened there. A lot of research that has happened there. Everything still comes back unexplainable because there are things that go on there. People have captured certain things, but they just cannot explain it. They don't have any way of saying, "Oh, this is exactly what it is," Right. Oh, this can be easily explained. These are lights coming from such and such.
And this is we're just touching on the UFO alien perspective of this ranch. This ranch, we could have a whole podcast on this ranch just alone on the different weird things that happen there. Because it is that insane. But from a UFO alien perspective, you have the cow mutilations, which is very common when it comes to UFOs and aliens. It is one of the most top noted things. They have crop circles They have spotted that. They've spotted lights on the canyon ridges, and they can't explain where they come from because, again, the whole property is sanctioned off.
Look,
and
watch this.
they have clearance from the government to make it a no-fly zone, so people can't get in, get out. There are cameras surrounding the whole property.
Alright, so I'm sharing my screen, right? I'm sharing my YouTube screen. If you look, there's a lot of stuff on the History Channel. The History Channel does a lot of this stuff, right?
Ancient aliens.
No,
Are they real? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but technically, but there's also people who have tried to walk around it. Like, are y'all watching?
Yeah, I'm watching the stream right now.
Okay. There's this short right here.
What did I see? I didn't see anything.
It's something under that tree right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta click on it. I was waiting for it to show my dumb ass.
Nah, you're good. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. You can click on it and I can show you another video, like a UFO that they've seen.
Meet Harper. She
After
was
this
born to
fucking
care
ad.
and always had your back. Like the time
You know,
she
that's
saved
also a
friends
theory
from
that-
the team.
We have advanced technology
So I
and they
have the
can't let
footage
everybody know
that I'd like to
because
show you ready, and we're going to watch this cow.
After Linda and the rest of the team finished checking out the remains of the dead cow,
the rest of the team.
they joined
You sound like
Brandon,
Mark
Dragon,
Mark.
and I in the
It-
command center.
He
Where
does.
Chris was eager to share with us something amazing he noticed in the surveillance footage.
The surveillance cameras captured the ordeal that this animal went through over a period of several hours. We're looking towards the right here. What we'll do is go forward very slowly and watch what happens with her.
Watch how
Nice.
she moves. It's interesting.
Now you see the cow starts to get up.
See, catch her,
I'm gonna
something
do
catches her
this,
attention.
very slowly, frame by frame, so we can watch what's happening with her.
Because there's still animals
So
there,
here,
but
I can't
you
help
know.
but also notice that there's something happening here.
Oh, they bring in animals specifically to test this out
Yeah.
here
It looks like
in
an
this
object
ranch.
above the tree.
And it happens right when the cow moves, raises up. Go back and show them where you first see it, Harry.
Okay, so this is where something else does enter the frame. The next frame, the object is here. The cow is trying to get up on her feet.
The cow reacted.
Right.
The moment that that object appeared above the cow,
it's a bunch of stuff like that.
It kind of reminds me like that. What's that?
The cow jumped over the moon.
They catch up over the moon. But no, they send animals over there to kind of test this theory to see like, you know, what's really going on, and they have come back with like missing, like they're walking, they're living, but they're missing organs, or you know, they're dead.
In that particular episode, the cow came back missing blood. That it was a new calf. It was healthy. They did a complete examination on it, and it was completely drained of blood and had a radioactive like type of coming off of it,
Yeah.
to the point where they had to tell people to step away from it.
So there's a lot of things that happen, and this is just specifically UFO. This is still not counting the
Paranormal.
yeah, the paranormal. There's a lot of spirit energy. There's a lot of Native American history there, like with the skinwalkers and everything. It's the reason why they call it Skinwalker Ranch. Like it
I
wasn't.
was just about to say, I was like, are skinwalkers technically aliens because of that?
Some can say that they are, but others, they say that they're much older beings.
Yeah.
Like since we're doing, a 2-month long spooky.
Yeah, we
month,
can talk about
we
them
can, we
later.
can do an episode on.
It's
Like,
from now until Halloween, sir. We have.
It's from now until Halloween, spooky.
We have.
We're a spooky podcast.
We have a Skinwalker
So
episode coming up soon.
If you guys have a
Texas
request
Chainsaw.
for, if you guys have a request,
We could
for
talk about,
a spooky thing you
lizard
want us
people.
to talk about.
We can
Yeah,
talk
we
about
can talk about
lizard
lizard
people.
people.
We can talk
Serial
about
killers.
cults.
Technically, though, aren't lizard people considered aliens?
Yes, technically, and interdimensional
Also,
beings.
Are we gonna get
Wasn't-
into like the different types of aliens as well, like the green
I mean-
versus the blues?
Yeah,
Like
because
the
I
Crip gang
heard
that they
there's
have
the
going on for
greys, the
millennia?
grays. What is it? The big heads,
Yeah,
The big
but
heads, the big eyes,
the
that's
tall ones.
That's the grays. There's a lot
the
of
then-
them.
and then the lizard
the
people.
Anakians.
If
The
I
Un- the
recall, the
Anunnaki.
Aztecs were the ones who said that the lizard people were aliens, right? That they came from another planet.
Yes, they
Mhm.
depicted them as coming from another planet, or coming from space, from the sky.
Yeah, that's what I recall. And then
Yeah.
the Egyptians were the ones who
Who
met the Greys.
yeah,
The Anunnakis.
Yeah.
Anunnaki.
Anunnakis, yeah.
They met
We can have
them.
we can have an episode of the Anunnaki too. That's a whole another story in itself.
I
I'm
mean,
excited for that.
there's also theories that
You need to be on
that's what
shrooms
the
for that.
advanced technology is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, we
from
got the
advanced
ancient technology.
civilizations that think
Mhm.
about the pyramids and there's like the Mayan temples. There's things in the Amazon. There's soil that natives use that can turn any barren land fertile. That we can't recreate. We can't recreate none of the stuff from the pyramids. None of the
Not
you know
only
what I'm saying,
that,
the technology that they
Yeah, because
use.
not only
when
that,
people look at the pyramids, they're like, how did they light their way inside here?
Yeah.
There's no soot
but not even that.
anywhere.
Not even that. British and European people like to believe that they were the ones who made all types of advancements in like modern society, which is not true because on this side of the world, the Mayans and the Aztecs and everybody else in between had running water. They had they had already they had well-lit streets. In Africa they had the same thing. In Egypt they had they had mastered
Electricity.
a form
It
of
was
electricity.
thermal. It was thermal.
Yeah, like thermal
the-
thermal
Like
energy.
the Mayans had a way to harness the energy from the ground, or was that? I forgot if it was the Mayans or not. But
Yeah, they did it with the water.
Uh-huh. Like that's why Tenochtitlan is built on top of a river.
Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
It's
a lot
built
of
on top
people
of
are
a
like,
lake.
you can't recreate that. Like a lot of people are like, how did they do it?
Yeah. It's
And
a
they
whole
can't find out. Like
it's a whole
ancient
city.
civilizations. Like that's what a lot of people say. Like in Atlantis,
Mm-hmm.
where and Athena, where all the old scrolls
Yeah.
were lost,
Mm-hmm.
that there's proof of alien life in those scrolls, and now they're just all gone
Yeah.
because of that.
I just wanted to piggyback off of what White Prophet said that the pyramids at one point symbolize more of like a connection or of like a radio wave or like a tower in some sort.
Yeah.
Because they're built in alignment with the stars, with
Mhm.
belt. You know what I'm saying?
Another
Each
thing
and every
too-
one.
Another thing
know.
too, they're facing a specific direction in order for like
Well, they were built using the stars.
To use our
Yeah,
Use the-
so that's why you
the
have like,
natural magnetic wave of the Earth.
yeah.
They actually generated electricity through the pyramids. I
Mhm.
watched the video where they were, they had canals of water running through the pyramid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is something that
with
Europe
a
didn't
cone
have.
at the top right that was made of pure copper.
Yeah, which is something that Europeans and other places like that didn't have until they came over here.
Right.
That's another thing too
And I
that
mean,
like
Nicholas Tesla, he created wireless. He had the theory of wireless electricity You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot of people that had this technology that were killed. You know what I'm saying? When they brought it to light. That's why I say there's so much advanced technology we don't know about because they don't want us to know. Because if they knew about all this advanced technology, it would be like, you got all this, and you could cure most of the world's problems. You feel what I'm saying? But they don't want to.
Again, they have to.
And then
find a way to make
it's like,
profit.
where are they getting that technology from? And that's the other thing that they're hiding is the technology they have and where are they getting it from.
Quantum physics changed everything. Quantum mechanics changed the world. But Schrodinger been on quantum physics. You know what I'm saying? It was, people took Albert Einstein's theories of relativity and everything, and then Schrodinger come in with quantum physics and just made all that inconceivable. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the reason we have cell phones, LED lights, all the things we have with smaller computer chips. The smaller the computer chips, the bigger the quantum mechanics. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, but no one still can explain that. You know what I'm saying? Even the smartest scientists who still can explain quantum mechanics. But it just came out of nowhere. You feel what I'm talking about? And that's the theories of,
It's funny because quantum physics and mechanics came to someone in a dream. Or at least that's what I was told. But it's like, how does that come to you in a dream?
Right.
Hey, what if they were abducted? And
exactly.
Because
to you it might have been
extraterrestrial life.
To you it felt like a dream, but no.
But you think about aliens.
That's how most people explain abduction.
Yeah.
It was like a dream. I thought I was just dreaming it until I woke up and I found the evidence on me.
Or find some
maybe abduction is just another dimension. That's what we don't understand. If you take something from the 4D into the 3D, it looks totally different. If you move an object from the 4D into the 3D and out, it looks like a circle that just gets bigger and then disappears.
Yeah.
Sort of like how UFOs look. You know what I'm saying? It flashes of light that move fast, disappear. You feel what I'm saying? That's how things would look moving through the 3D from the 4D. You feel what I'm saying? In different dimensions. Like if you look at a circle in 3D, but you move to the 2D, it's a straight line.
It's just a flat surface.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just a straight line. Straight. You can't see any dimensions of it, anything. It's just a flat line. That's the same way it looks from moving from the 4D to the 3D, but it's just a circle that starts off small and it gets bigger and then it disappears.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like there are theories of the Anunnakis, the different spirits and things like that, different entities or whatever that move from different dimensions and things like that, which supports the quantum theory of multi-dimensions, multi-universes. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And that's what makes aliens not so alien. You know what I'm saying? Like, it might not be the evil, reptile-looking things that we're thinking about. It may be on a different scientific level of higher beings in higher dimensions moving through our dimension.
Yeah, but we're just not paying attention to that.
But the way we see it is a flash of light, certain lights. You feel what I'm saying? That move a certain way, or something like that. That's the way we perceive it in our dimension. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. All right.
But
so I'm going to end it here because Adrian has to work early. He has a couple hours of sleep.
I was just listening.
No, but we've already been going for an hour 15, so it's good for now. And before we start jumping into other topics, because we can keep talking about this, but we gotta save some for what, a month and a half left?
Yeah.
All right.
Any suggestions? Let us know.
Yeah.
So with that being said, David.
Yes.
What is next week's topic?
Next week's topic. Let's see. What is the next less creepy stuff? I don't know.
Creepy?
Yeah, because we're going from less scary to the scariest once we get to closer to Halloween.
Why don't we just go part 2, but dive into more of the military events that
Yeah, we could.
that we can find. We'll research up some stuff and go in, because I know there's plenty of.
There's a lot. There's a lot of military UFO encounters.
We'll pick up some that people might have heard and some that maybe people don't know much about.
Yeah, we could do that.
Personally, I've heard one and I've seen one, not personally, but I've read.
You know about it.
Basically, a mechanic or a technician was in Area 51, and basically one tried escaping, and it had a weapon that literally just cut through people like butter.
Okay, we could talk about that.
I remember that story. Yeah, I remember that story.
The guy, I have to find out details, but basically that's what I thought you were talking about, Tempe, because he left and they let him go, but they got him and murdered him at where he was staying, like a hotel or something.
The guy this guy, they did kind of the same thing.
I need to find that call, because I was trying to look for that call while y'all were talking, but I couldn't find it. So yeah, we'll do a part 2 to this. We'll talk about like the more into the military side with the UFO and the story that they've been hiding.
That way, whenever next topic, we could have some feedback from the audience on what they would like to hear.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like if there's anything spooky, like a certain spooky topic y'all want to talk about, even like y'all here.
Yeah. Or something that you feel is spooky, but doesn't really necessarily have to be.
My daddy's a vampire.
Hey, yo.
I actually did a whole paper for college.
Yeah, Sampy
on
is
vampires.
She's our vampiric expert.
I actually know a lot about vampires.
But yeah,
so we could do a whole episode on them, and I could go crazy.
I've seen Vampires in Brooklyn, so.
Oh, I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
I mean, I've seen
it too.
I've seen.
I think I can hang in that conversation.
I've seen Snoop Dogg. So I've seen Snoop Dogg's Hood of Horrors where he's a vampire. So
It's like I watched Buffy. It's all good. Let's go.
I see Buffy. But yeah,
I saw an episode of True Blood.
Any questions or ideas for topics? Hey, for real. Suke.
Yeah, if you guys want to talk about Bigfoot, you guys want us to talk about.
You can also talk about what we were talking about a little earlier, the deep.
Yeah, we could talk about the deep. Yeah.
Well, what's lying in the 70% of water?
I hate
Earth.
Yeah,
whatever. Just go ahead.
I struggled watching. What's that movie?
I can try and get my naval expert to see if he'll talk to me about the deep.
No, about what was it? Underwater or something with that chick from the Vampire Diaries, or not Vampire Diaries? What was that movie? Breaking Dawn or whatever.
Oh, Twilight.
Twilight. Kristen Stewart. She's in the movie. I think it's called Underwater.
Well, I don't know. I avoid anything underwater. I hate fucking underwater, but I'm down to talk about it.
Watch Underwater, bro. I struggle with it.
Stream with illiteracy.
Is it on Netflix?
Fuck that. No, I'm down for it.
I don't think it's on Netflix.
We can look
I know it. I know
it's on 123movies.com allegedly.
Yeah,
so.
there you go.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I don't know if you have to subscribe or anything.
Yeah, it's a 2020 movie. It's a horror sci-fi. Basically, it's American science fiction. Blah blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I'm looking for a crew of oceanic researchers working for a deep sea drilling company try to get to the safety after a mysterious earthquake devastates their deep water research and drilling facility located at the bottom of the Mariana Trench.
Oh, that's the Mariana
Trench. They got a boy from Area 51, not Area 51. Whatever 81, Area 81.
An unknown massive earthquake happens in drilling station in the bottom of the Mariana Trench. A scientific crew must find their way across the ocean floor into another station under the threats of the deep pressure, dark water, dangerous deep sea creatures, and a constant lack of oxygen.
I'm good.
If anything is plausible,
That's already making me
plausible
claustrophobic.
as hell.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
There's so
that
many
movie,
things we don't know about in that water.
That description already made me uncomfortable.
I don't
You know,
like
girl got a
ocean.
bald head on him.
Yeah, she's clean. Yeah, it's weird,
She got a
but it's
fade.
definitely got some Cthulhu vibes for sure.
Uh,
Yeah,
Britney
we could
Spears
do a
on it.
whole,
We could, yeah, we-
episode on the Mariana Trench. We're really good.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got
If-
2 months.
If you
We got
guys
2
want
months.
to, if you
Let's
guys
say we
want
got
to
2 months.
play,
Don't put me there yet.
you guys
Look,
want
we
to
got
play
this.
Black Ops Zombies?
We
and
got
give you
this.
lore?
Yeah, we can do
Like,
zombies.
I like I said, I
can.
can research all these topics. I know a lot about a good amount.
Yeah.
We can do mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
You know, unsolved mysteries as well.
Oh, we could talk
Hey,
about
the
like
possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
If
Like,
there's kids
um,
watching, we can go into the Scooby Doo.
There's
We'll go back
there's
into the Scooby Doo.
the mystery
Scooby-Doo
from
mysteries.
1406.
we could talk about
Twilight
that.
Zone.
We could talk about that girl that ended up in the water tank that nobody knows.
Yeah, we can
how
talk
she-
about the Cecil Hotel. What was her name? Lisa Lamb.
Mhm.
We can talk
Yeah.
about haunted places. If you guys have a haunted place you want us to talk about.
Oh yeah, there's a lot to look at. So hey, if you have any any suggestions, anything anything that you're curious about, or anything that's your favorite topic, let us know. Again, we
DM
are.
David at his Twitter.
Yeah, you can either DM Illiteracy or you can DM me. I'm Sampy Vampy on just about everything. So
Yeah, I'm Illiteracy22 on Twitter and on Instagram. Yeah.
I'm
you go.
Sampy Vampy on Instagram, Twitter. I even have my
Slob on
own
my
Facebook.
knob.
TikTok.
X slob on my knob, little X, big X underscore.
Now, for those that are illiterate and can't really spell it out for them.
Do I have to?
Vampy.
It's
I mean,
just-
hey,
should be on
people are
the
just
Twitch.
listening.
Just
you
put it
know,
in the-
I'll put the information. I'll put the
bio.
information in the description. No,
Yeah.
the description
go.
of today's
There you go.
episode.
There you go.
Tag the description.
He'll put our things in the description.
Yeah,
Sure,
I-
yeah.
yeah, and also no, since we're still on the topic of letting everybody know, I'll also find out Prophet's own podcast and what the stuff that he does on his Instagram, so y'all can go check him out. No,
Yep,
he
gotta
does a lot
plug it.
more.
Like Neo the Prophet.
Yeah, he does a
Season
lot
2
more.
coming out in the fall.
See, there you go. He got a whole season coming out, and he does a lot of informational shit, a lot of stuff that'll wake you up. No.
And tomorrow I'm on something, Synthesis Chronicles. I'll be doing something with them tomorrow, like 8 p.m. And on the 21st, and I got invited to also to Rounds Podcast. Doing something with them. Doing a lot of collaborations right now.
Yeah.
Then I'll get back into season 2 and stuff. But it's just,
Yeah,
you
follow
know,
him. Follow him. Black
I'm
Neil
out
the
here,
Prophet.
man. We out here working, Lee. We out here
Put him out there. Black
spreading
Neil
love
the
and
Prophet.
light.
Always.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember,
And I love
everybody.
to talk about deep stuff. Period.
Yeah.
And
Sir.
just anything at all.
This
you know?
this is where he
Cool
comes.
talking with like-minded individuals.
He talks his deep stuff over there on his shows on the places that he's at, and he comes over here to unwind and just kind of kick the shit a little bit.
You know what I'm saying, right? You know, get a little, you know what I'm talking about? Because we get a little serious sometimes.
Yeah.
It'd be like, wow. We're talking about deep personalities. Like, I was trying to have a deep discussion with this forensic psychologist about how she came to discover forensic psychology. She was like talking to the psychologist, and he was asking her like personal questions, and my daughter's poking me in my nose. And I'm like trying to hold my composure. She's walking out the door and stuff. I'm like, oh my.
You're like, this is deep. You're messing
You
with my
know,
deepness
it's
right
like-
now.
Like, really, you know, it's like this lady's really accredited. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's a real doctor, and I'm trying to like be serious right now. And
Yeah. Yeah, he
she's
has.
like, oh my god.
No, he messes with real informed people. So you will learn something from his show. Over on
I'm trying to grow, bro.
yeah. But yeah, remember, well, we stream this live over on twitch.tv/literacy22.
Hey, but can you send me these songs, please?
Yeah, I can send you this stuff.
Send me this podcast so I can post them on my page and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'll send you the
Let
links.
people know.
I'll send you the link to the Twitch too, so that way you can post that on your on your links too.
Right.
All right, everybody. Y'all gonna have a good night.
It's blessings. I feel you.
All right, y'all gonna have a good night and stay spooky, y'all.
Ooh.
Stay spooky. Bye, everybody.